Hi, I'm Nancy Warren. I'm the USA Today bestselling author of more than 100 novels, many of them romance. And as we're celebrating Romance Month, I thought I would read to you from the Almost Wives Club. This is the first in a 5-book series of romantic comedies set on the California coast, and one of my favorite books. Where we are in the story is Kate, who is about to get married, is out for dinner with her fiance, who's from a very posh family, and he's that guy that everyone thinks is perfect for her, but maybe he isn't. And in the middle of their dinner, he gets called away to a business meeting, and instead of driving her home, tells her to finish her dinner and get a cab. He does not have time to drive her. So here we are, the Almost Wives Club. She had a million things to do. She wasn't hungry, and she did not appreciate the man she was marrying in less than a month running out on her. Screw it. She was a grown woman. She'd leave if she wanted to. Did we both strike out tonight? A male voice asked as she was about to rise. She glanced up. It was the lone guy from the bar. He'd come up so stealthily she hadn't seen him move. He wore a cocky grin that combined both sympathy and devilry. She couldn't help but return the smile. Looks like it. And suddenly he was sitting in the chair recently vacated by Ted. Can't leave a beautiful woman sitting alone. Somebody might get the wrong idea and start bothering her. I was about to leave, she said, dropping her smile and pulling out her most frigid tone. He narrowed his gaze and assessed her as though he were her GP and she was at her annual checkup. When is the last time you did something spontaneous, unexpected? Like getting hit on by a stranger? Please, I'm getting married in 3 weeks. Congratulations. Look, I'm a guy who hates to eat alone, and your date just left. My fiancé. Again with that cheeky grin. He's a lucky man. I really don't think. At that moment, a salad was slipped in front of her, while at the same moment, a server appeared behind the stranger's seat and placed Ted's prime rib in front of him, as though men playing musical chairs in Truffaut was a common occurrence. Can I get you anything else? The server asked. The stranger sent her an amused glance, then said, A fresh wine glass would be great. Certainly, sir. She had absolutely no idea what to do. The man from the bar glanced at her. Fate has a funny way of stepping in. Have you ever noticed that? He placed his napkin, make that Ted's napkin, over his lap and thanked the waiter who appeared with a fresh wine glass and then filled it with Ted's wine. She thought it was the pushy guy from the bar who'd stepped in, not fate, but she also realized there was nothing he could do to her in a busy restaurant, and there was a certain rakish charm to this guy. She'd seen a movie once where Cary Grant had swept a naive heiress off her feet with moves something like this one. Since she wasn't an heiress, she didn't figure she had too much to worry about, and having a gorgeous stranger as a dining companion was more interesting than eating in a crowded restaurant by herself. Was there a tiny part of her that felt as though eating with a sexy stranger was a sweet revenge on a man who would dump her between courses? Oh, yeah. I'm Nick, by the way, he said, cutting into Ted's prime rib. Kate, she said, and stuck her fork into her salad. I hope my fiancé's prime rib is cooked to your satisfaction. Probably she was more angry at Ted than she'd realized, but she figured if he was going to abandon his prime rib and his fiancée, he couldn't blame another man for moving in. It's perfect, thanks. Your guy has good taste. He sent her a sexy glance out of gorgeous hazel eyes, and something about the way he looked at her, with sympathy and understanding as well as amusement, sent a flutter of awareness through her. She'd better make it clear that she was not on the menu. And that's my reading from The Almost Wives Club and Happy Romance Month from Nancy Warren.